No! The horror, the dread, the repugnance. How dare you? Okay, we get it. But let's talk about this for a second.
Settle down, kids.
Is anime sexist, bigoted, chauvinistic, misogynistic, misanthropic, and every other word you'll find in a feminist diary? Yes, no, maybe, sort of. It's a little more complicated than that. Or is it? This topic has been a hot button issue for quite some time, with people arguing that female characters in anime are often poorly written or underdeveloped. If you feel this way, I hate to say this, but, well, you're probably watching too much shonen. Hear me out. Please. Shonen to most people is probably the most guilty of this offense and should probably do better, right? Well, it's shonen. By definition, it's a genre targeted primarily at young boys, appealing to their interests and fantasies. They exist to inspire, encourage, and provide role models for young boys. Ultimately, this means that the girls will sometimes be relegated to supporting characters. I get it. That doesn't sit well with a lot of people. It didn't for me at first, but once you expand your horizons beyond the shonen genre, it becomes a bit unfair to request for extra representation when other genres like seinen, shoujo, etc. do a sufficient job. Shonen, of course, is the most popular genre in anime, given its majority male audience, and thus would be at the forefront of scrutiny in the way it portrays female characters. All that aside, I would urge you to look beyond the shonen genre, and I promise you, there is a treasure trove of female anime characters who are well-rounded and developed, whether it's an action-packed anime, drama, romance, or slice of life. Here's a few examples off the top of my head. Ergo Proxy, BV4 at iSong, Akudama Drive, Blue Period, Faye from Cowboy Bebop, Not That Faye, Shoot, Hibike Euphonium, Violet Evergarden, Talentless Nana, Akame ga Kill, Kill La Kill, Bungo Stray Dogs. Of course, there are also some shonen animes that try to overcome this stumbling block while still maintaining their shonen essence, such as Jujutsu Kaisen, Attack on Titan, Chainsaw Man, Food Wars? Did I really write that? I guess Megumi and Erina were cool. And finally, some honorary mentions that get a C- for trying, sorta. Yuzuriya and Sagiri from Hell's Paradise, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Mirko, Sue, and Lady Nagant from My Hero Academia, etc. There is no etc. There might be. Feel free to comment below. One thing I absolutely appreciate about anime's portrayal of female characters is how it doesn't villainize hyperfemininity or femininity in general. In many modern movies and TV shows, the feminine female character is often portrayed as superficial, manipulative, or just a mean girl. Meanwhile, on the far end of that spectrum, their portrayal of strong female characters is counterproductive. It inadvertently reinforces the gender stereotypes they're trying to dismantle, perpetuating the idea that women can only be powerful if they adopt masculine traits, thus implying that masculinity and men are inherently superior to femininity and women. This is why movies like Barbie saw incredible success over the female presentation we get compared to, say, the MCU, because it tapped into an audience that were starved of a fresh, new perspective on the female experience. Nevertheless, this is not rare in anime, as it presents a broader range of female characters who exhibit diverse forms of strength. These characters possess emotional intelligence, resilience, and leadership skills without having to adopt traditionally masculine traits, challenging the notion that strength is exclusively tied to masculinity. An example of an anime that literally spells this out for us is Hell's Paradise, and another popular example is Usagi Tsukino from Sailor Moon. She is a prime example of a hyper-feminine character character who loves shopping, is a bit of a crybaby, and is obsessed with romance, but that doesn't make her any less of a hero. Her compassion, emotional intelligence, and faith and love are what make her one of the most beloved anime characters of all time. Her femininity is not a weakness, but it's part of her strength. There's other examples, such as Ichigo from Tokyo Mew Mew, Nana and Michiru from Talentless Nana, the Love Hashira from Demon Slayer, etc. Anime does a remarkable job of showcasing different types of female characters and their strengths, whether they have masculine traits, feminine traits, and everything in between. There is something for everyone. It embraces these different characteristics, weaving them into the core of its characters to make them stronger, more relatable, and more human. Though every now and then it'll miss the mark, sometimes it's easy to forget that anime is not an all-encompassing genre, but a medium with a wide range of subgenres, themes, styles, and character types, much like you'd see in live-action films or TV shows. So, just like these other mediums, there are both good and bad examples of character presentation and development. Sure, it's easy to pick on shonen because it's the most mainstream, but keep in mind, there's plenty of anime out there that do right by women.